Can you guys believe that after all this time, an Iron Giant sequel could finally happen? When a movie as beloved as The Iron Giant ends with a cliffhanger like that, you just expect the sequel. It feels like it's just natural that they would give you one when it ends like that. It's just unreasonable for it not to have happened. I mean, a movie like Frozen, which has no cliffhanger ending and frankly could not be more of a solid ending, is getting a sequel just because it's beloved. Meanwhile, The Iron Giant, which had a cliffhanger, no sequel. No sequel, no thanks. Just because even though everybody clearly loved this movie, it did badly in box office, which means it's a terrible movie. That's how you sound, Hollywood. That's how you sound. Nyang all over my childhood. Yet here we are, 16 years later, and we're finally getting a sequel. Maybe. I hate to break it to you guys, but we have nothing even resembling confirmation yet. So far, all we have is Vin Diesel, who, as you all probably know, voiced the Iron Giant, said that with the re-release in theaters of the Iron Giant, that we could expect a sequel. To be specific, he specifically said, "Don't be surprised if WB announces a sequel." But that's not even close to resembling a green light. That's just Vin Diesel getting excited about one of his favorite characters getting some recognition after all this time. But don't let my pessimistic nature get to you just yet, because even though it's not confirmed, it's not even close to being confirmed, Vin Diesel announcing that we could expect something is still a pretty good sign. I mean, he's done it before. He's announced sequels for the Riddick movies through his own volition. And so it is a good sign, albeit not the tell-all prediction of the lifetime. And I mean, if you think about it, it does kind of make sense in the long run. Because maybe this is just like what they did with the Deadpool leaked teaser footage from like way back a few years ago, and when they were just trying to generate interest in the character to see if a movie was worth it. Because the way I see it is 16-year anniversary is a really weird time to suddenly make it re-enter theaters. I mean, I can't be the only one who thought that. When I first saw the trailer, people were like, why the hell are they releasing this now? And I was like, no. Like, what if this is how they decide whether or not they want to make a sequel? If people go to this theater now that all of those children who originally loved the movie have now grown up and had children of their own who could also love the movie, then this could possibly be how we see a sequel. So now we've covered whether or not it's likely we'll see an Iron Giant sequel in the near future. Now, the only question that remains is, do we want to see an Iron Giant sequel in the future? Now, before your minds literally explode from the sheer audacity of my question, just take a moment to think about it. How many times has there been an amazing, amazing movie that got a sequel that was just absolute garbage? It happens a lot, doesn't it? It happens so often, more often than it doesn't. So, when we think of a movie as old and as beloved as The Iron Giant, is it really a good thing that it could get a sequel? I mean, for me, and I know for a lot of the fans of this movie, the movie has thrived over time. It got no worse than it was when you saw it as a kid. It's still just fantastic. But is it the same type of movie that kids would love nowadays? I mean, think about it. Near the end of the original movie, they revealed that the Iron Giant was originally meant to be a super destructive weapon, and he was terrifying to a lot of little kids. I mean, I know some kids who cried for weeks after that. But that's not okay nowadays. Weapons are a real concern. People go shooting in schools frequently, like every other week there's another shootout, and it's really just sad. And it's not the type of thing it's okay to show in a movie, I don't think. It takes a lot of guts to do that, and I'm not sure that kids movies studios nowadays are willing to take that risk. And that's a little bit concerning because that was a whole backstory that we all wanted to know, even as kids. We were all like, wait, what just happened? Why are we not discussing this? I mean, really, just think about it. The deadliest weapon we've seen in a kids movie in the past few years is the fart gun from Despicable Me. That's not even on the same level. And yeah, for a lot of kids, maybe it is the type of movie that they would love nowadays. I mean, with movies like Inside Out and Up and some other Pixar movie, I'm sure, movies have gotten a lot more serious while maintaining their lightheartedness, like The Iron Giant was. But even if that's the case, there's no doubt that if a sequel was made, it would be a different movie altogether, made to suit the children's of today's preferences. It wouldn't be a movie for us original lovers of the original. It would be a completely different type of movie. And that scares me a lot because even if they do make a sequel, what point is it if they just completely change everything? See, now that's a really scary thought now, isn't it? I bet if you were excited before, now you're like, wait, maybe I shouldn't be so excited about this. This may not be a good thing. I want to say one thing though. Even though I act like this could be the end of the world for us Iron Giant lovers, I am still a little bit excited about the possibility of a sequel. I mean, just to hear that one of my favorite childhood movies is not completely dead, it's comforting to know that there is a possibility that it could come back to life even as a hideous deformed monstrosity. It is somewhat comforting. Well, there you have it, folks. Do you think there's a possibility that we will have an Iron Giant sequel sometime in the near future? And if so, do you think that it's a good thing? Answer in the comment section below and maybe we could talk about it a bit more. I look forward to our chats every day. Oh my god, I just considered the possibility of a present day Iron Giant. And there are my new nightmares for the rest of the week.